Hello everybody, I am back with another video, and this is definitely going to be something a little bit different, something that I've been really considering for a while now, and I thought I'd take the plunge and see how you guys receive this new, 3 to 4 part series of videos that I'm going to be doing. Of course, today I'm going to be focusing on TV shows. Now, basically what this is, obviously I grew up in the 90s, and to me personally, I believe some of the greatest entertainment came out of those 10 years in the 90s, to be completely honest with you guys. I mean, the 80s were obviously great if you look back, but the 90s were just prime for TV shows, music, movies, and of course, maybe perhaps the most important, video games. So, I want to go ahead and basically showcase some of my personal favorite movies, CDs, and, musical artists and video games that came out of that era. And today, like I said, I'm going to be focusing on TV shows. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and please, by all means, leave me a comment letting me know what some of your favorite TV shows were growing up in the 90s. Thanks for watching, guys. Alright, so what a better way to start than right here with Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. Just an absolute amazing TV series. Both Angel and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, of course. Both of these shows did carry on into the 2000s. I know people are probably already starting to write in the comment section below that these were TV shows that happened in the 2000s. Yes, I know they were, but they did begin in the 1990s. Now, 3 shows that I grew up watching with my dad and my sister. We would seriously get on the couch every night. We'd get some tortilla chips, throw some cheese on them and put them in the microwave, and then we'd just gather around around the TV and watch 3 different shows, just religiously. And that was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, and then of course the X-Files as well. 3 excellent shows, a little bit adult for the time. My parents were divorced and it was just my dad, my sister, and I, so perhaps they weren't the greatest shows for us to be watching, but you know what? I don't care because I fell in love with them. Of course, Joss Whedon is the creator of both Buffy and Angel, and my goodness, are both of these shows just fantastic. Now, Buffy definitely has not aged quite well. Some of the dialogue is a little cheesy, but that's to be expected. I mean, it is kind of an older TV show. Angel's a little bit more of the same, even though this was a later adaptation, because, of course, Buffy was the first show, and then about 3 seasons in, Angel, who's actually a vampire, but is Buffy's kind of, love interest in the show. Some stuff happens, I'm not going to go into details, and he had to leave Los Angeles, or he had to leave Sunnydale, and he went to Los Angeles, and he kind of started his own crime scene investigation kind of thing there. So that's kind of where this spin-off came in. But both are excellent shows, although I do think Joss Whedon went a little crazy towards the end of both of these shows. Once you get to season 4 or 5 of Buffy, things get a little strange. Some different character relations that are just a little too odd for me. And then the same thing with Angel, perhaps even more so. Once you get to the 4th season, things start to get really... And, yeah, but I'd say the first 3 seasons of Angel are absolute golden. And same thing with Buffy. They're still young, still in high school, and things, it's just so great. And I love both the TV shows, so if you have not watched either of them, definitely, I strongly encourage you guys to check out both of these shows. If you enjoy vampires and you enjoy decent acting, the whole Twilight thing has got people in a craze, but stay far away from that stuff, please. But Buffy and Angel, you can't go wrong. Really great stuff there. Now, of course, I couldn't do this video without mentioning The Simpsons. Oh my gosh. Now, obviously the show is still going today, but guys, if you've not seen the first 4 or 5 seasons of The Simpsons, you're missing out. This is when the show was at its prime. I'm telling you, while the animations are a little, dated, and, the drawings, of course, I mean, back in the 90s, they didn't have all the, programming and software to make the animations look as crisp and, in HD as they do today. But just the writing and just the little stories that they come up with and the things that were, because, a lot of The Simpsons relates to what's going on in our culture today. So back in the 90s, they do that with this, with these seasons, and it's just hysterical. I mean, the first 4 seasons really are the 4 best seasons in my opinion, and they are incredibly inexpensive these days. You can go to Walmart and probably get these seasons for like $10 or get them on Amazon. But The Simpsons is an excellent show, but to be completely honest, I haven't watched maybe the last 6 seasons just because I fell in love with the original 4 seasons, and then 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10 are really good as well. But the first 4 are great. You know, you have your first few episodes of the Treehouse of Horror in these. Just excellent stuff, and just absolutely hysterical. You know, really great stuff to hear. So please check out the older episodes of The Simpsons. The newer ones are okay, but nothing compares to the originals. Now, of course, there are a few other shows that I have not mentioned that I don't actually have any of the TV shows for. We have The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Hilarious stuff. That's where Will Smith, that's where he really got popular. Saved by the Bell, I grew up watching every morning with my sister. That 70s show is great. I still love watching that to this day. You know, Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, they were so young in that. It's really funny to go back and watch the first season of those shows because Mila Kunis, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but she was about 14 years old when she started doing that show, which is just mind-blowing. But 3 excellent shows there as well. I have one more segment in this I'm going to get to, and of course that is the cartoons that, came out in the 90s. The best cartoons of all time. So here we go, you guys. Alright, you guys are probably asking, what the heck is all this stuff? Quite honestly, I'm asking myself the same question. Because I went downstairs in my basement and I was fumbling through a whole bunch of stuff, hoping I could find something to kind of show in order to, capture my love for some of these cartoons that I watched growing up. And luckily, I found all of these plush dolls that I still had from when I was a kid. And I'm going to go ahead and show them to you guys and explain some of my favorite TV shows. But, guys, I don't think the 90s, the cartoons that were, going on in the 90s, that era will ever be replicated. I mean, I look at today some of the cartoons that are on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and the Disney Channel. Beyond Phineas and Ferb, because I actually love that TV show, there's like literally nothing good. It is absolute garbage. And it's so sad because I grew up with some of the greatest cartoons of all time. The Rugrats, Hey Arnold, SpongeBob's when it was first started when I was younger, and now the episodes I don't really like so much. Ren and Stimpy, The Angry Beavers. Hold on, I'm gonna have to pause here and really think. Rocket Power, The Wild Thornberrys. Oh my gosh, Ren and Stimpy. Real Monsters. You have Rocko's Modern Life. I mean, just so much good stuff. And then you had those awesome game shows like Guts, Double Dare 2000, Legends of the Hidden Temple. I mean, that stuff just screams 90s, but it's so great, and I wish that kind of stuff still aired today. And of course, that's just Nickelodeon. You still have Courage the Cowardly Dog and Johnny Bravo and Cow and Chicken and just all those wacky TV shows that were on Cartoon Network that were so great as well. And none of that is going on still today, which sucks because kids are growing up watching Wizards of Waverly Place and Ned's Declassified and the Penguins of Madagascar, which I don't know. I mean, it's not this stuff right here, which I grew to love so much, and so many people still do. And that's why it's on Netflix. That's why adults are still watching these shows, because it just captured, just this, it was just so good. And what's hilarious to watch some of these shows today is the adult themes and maturity that was in these shows. I mean, you watch the Rugrats, and the child care doctor's name is Dr. Lipschitz. Literally, Lipschitz. That's what they say in the show. It's absurd. And then Rocko's Modern Life and things like that have much more adult themes, and it's just so funny to watch those shows these days. But I've rambled on long enough. I'm obviously very frustrated and a little heated over the situation, just because it sucks to have such great memories watching cartoons when I was a kid, and then these future generations have to grow up watching these completely mediocre shows. It's just kind of sucks. But when I have kids, trust me, they will be watching the Rugrats, Hey Arnold, the Wild Thornberrys, Rocket Power, all those great shows. But here's some plushies that I still have. We have Chucky here. Of course, he was like the little, he was always paranoid about everything in the Rugrats. But really cool little plushie doll there. We have Tommy here. Of course, he was like always like the very heroic and courageous Rugrat. But as you can see here, he's dressed up like, if you ever, any of you guys saw the original Rugrats movie, you know, he was kind of imitating Indiana Jones in the beginning of that film. And that's how he's dressed here, so really cool stuff there. Then we have Phil here. My sister and I know we had Lil at one point, but I'm not really sure where she went. But of course, he's also dressed up for the original Rugrats movie. We have Spike, who was the Rugrats, or was Tommy's dog. So really cool stuff there. We have the man, Hey Arnold, football head. Really cool stuff here. This is a really nice little plush doll. Really happy I could still find this. I love his little hat at the top here, but just brings back so many great memories. I really, really loved Hey Arnold. And then, of course, we have SpongeBob's little pineapple house here with him at the front there. I actually won this in a crane game, of all places, which was kind of cool. I won this at a movie theater. I don't remember what movie I was watching at the time, but I mean, goodness, that was years ago. But you know, gosh, cartoons, so great. You know, I'm not going to continue to ramble on just because I could go on for ages about my frustration with the current cartoons that are coming out these days, and just TV shows that, you know, young audiences are supposed to be watching. It's pretty frustrating. Alright guys, so that's part 1 of growing up in the 90s, TV shows. Be sure to leave a comment in this comment section below, and stay tuned because I will be doing movies that came out in the 90s that are some of my favorites. I'm going to stick to probably more so animated movies more than anything. But also music. You know, you've got Nirvana and, you know, a lot of other great bands in the 90s that I wanted to discuss. And then, of course, most importantly, probably that you guys are most excited for, video games. Some of my favorite video games came out in the 90s. So stay tuned for all of those in the very near future. I think I'll probably have all parts up probably by mid-July. You know, I want to spread it out a bit. And I have a lot of other videos planned as well. So stay tuned for all those, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know your feedback in the comment section below, and stay tuned for more videos.